What if iMusic told you that the secret to a healthy life is having a perfectly straight vertical music axis? Have you ever looked in the mirror and noticed that one shoulder seems slightly higher than the other? Or perhaps you felt a persistent tightness along one side of your back, as though your body naturally wants to lean in one direction. For many Americans over 60, these changes are often blamed on aging. We assume that stiffness, poor posture, and back discomfort are simply part of getting older. But what if there is another explanation? What if some of those everyday aches and imbalances are connected to a mild scoliosis curve that has gradually influenced the way your body moves over the years? Now, before you worry, let me reassure you of something important. Having scoliosis does not automatically mean your spine is damaged. It does not mean your mobility is destined to decline, and it certainly does not mean you have to stop doing the activities that bring you joy. In fact, many adults with mild scoliosis continue to live active, independent lives well into their 70s, 80s, and beyond. The real challenge is often not the curve itself. The challenge is maintaining the flexibility, strength, and coordination of the muscles surrounding that curve. Today, I'm going to show you 5 simple exercises commonly used in physical therapy to help improve mobility, reduce muscle tension, increase posture awareness, and strengthen the muscles that support the spine. These are gentle movements. No complicated equipment, no extreme stretches, no painful positions, just practical exercises that can fit into almost any daily routine. And make sure you stay until the end, because the final movement is often considered one of the most effective exercises for building the side body strength that helps support spinal stability. Before we begin, tell us your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. We love hearing from our senior wellness family. Now, let's start with movement number 5, hip flexor stretch, the hidden muscle that may be affecting your spine. When people think about scoliosis, they usually focus on the spine itself. But many physical therapists know that some of the muscles surrounding the spine can play a major role in how comfortable your body feels. One of the most important is a deep hip muscle called the psoas. This muscle connects the upper thigh to the lower spine. When it becomes tight, it can place additional stress on the pelvis and lower back, making movement feel more restricted. For adults, over 60 years of sitting can gradually shorten these muscles, creating stiffness that may contribute to discomfort and poor movement patterns. That's why our first exercise focuses on the hips before we focus directly on the spine. To perform this stretch, place one knee on the floor and the opposite foot in front of you. If kneeling is uncomfortable, place a cushion or folded towel under the knee. Next, gently tighten your abdominal muscles and lightly squeeze the glute muscle on the kneeling side. This helps position the pelvis correctly. From there, slowly shift your body forward until you feel a comfortable stretch along the front of the hip and upper thigh. Hold the position for 15 to 30 seconds while breathing normally. Then relax and repeat. Perform 2 to 4 repetitions on each side. Remember, this is a gentle stretch. There should never be sharp pain. A mild, stretching sensation is enough. Many people are surprised by how much better their lower back feels after improving hip mobility. That's because a more flexible hip often allows the pelvis and spine to move with less tension. This simple movement may not look impressive, but it can be an excellent first step toward helping your body move with greater comfort and freedom every day. Number 4. Side bend stretch, creating space where your body feels compressed. One of the most common characteristics of scoliosis is imbalance. Over time, one side of the torso often becomes tighter and more compressed. While the opposite side becomes longer and weaker, this can contribute to stiffness, discomfort, and the feeling that your body naturally wants to lean in one direction. Clears throat. That's why our next movement focuses on restoring length to the side of the body that may have gradually become restricted. Think of it this way. If you spend years leaning slightly to one side, the muscles and tissues on that side may slowly adapt by becoming shorter and tighter. The goal of this exercise is not to force the spine into a new position. Instead, it's to gently encourage mobility and reduce unnecessary tension. To perform this stretch, stand tall with your feet about shoulder width apart. If standing feels uncomfortable, you can also perform the movement while sitting in a sturdy chair. Raise both arms overhead. Then use one hand to lightly hold the opposite wrist. From there, slowly lean your body to one side until you feel a gentle stretch running along the side of your torso from the hip toward the rib cage and shoulder. Move slowly and stay relaxed. Avoid twisting your body or leaning forward. Simply focus on creating a smooth side bend. Hold the stretch for 15 to 30 seconds while breathing deeply. Then, slowly return to the starting position and repeat. Perform 2 to 4 repetitions on each side. Many adults notice that this movement helps them feel taller, looser, and more comfortable afterward. That's because reducing tension along the sides of the body can improve overall mobility and make everyday movements feel easier. Sometimes the body doesn't need more force. Sometimes it simply needs more space. And that's exactly what this stretch is designed to provide. Number 3. Cat-cow. A gentle way to restore movement to a stiff spine. As we get older, one of the first things many people notice is stiffness. Getting out of bed takes a little longer. Standing up after sitting feels less comfortable. Even simple movements like bending or reaching may not feel as smooth as they once did. For people with scoliosis, this stiffness can sometimes become even more noticeable because different parts of the spine may not move as freely as they should. That's why our next exercise focuses on mobility. The cat-cow is one of the most widely used spinal mobility exercises in physical therapy because it encourages the spine to move through a comfortable range of motion while improving body awareness. To begin, position yourself on your hands and knees. If kneeling is uncomfortable, place a folded towel or cushion beneath your knees. Start by slowly rounding your back toward the ceiling while gently drawing your stomach inward. Allow your head to relax slightly downward. This is the cat position. Pause briefly, then slowly reverse the movement by lifting your chest, allowing the lower back to arch gently and looking slightly forward. This is the cow position. Move slowly between these two positions. There is no need to rush. Focus on smooth, controlled movement and steady breathing throughout the exercise. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions. If your scoliosis affects the lower back more, pay attention to the movement of your pelvis. If it affects the upper back, focus on creating movement between the shoulder blades. Many people find that just a few repetitions help reduce stiffness and improve comfort. Before we strengthen the spine, we first want it to move better, because a body that moves better often feels better too. Number 2. Dumbbell posture correction. Teaching your body what balanced alignment feels like. One of the most surprising things about scoliosis is that the body slowly adapts to whatever position it spends the most time in. If you've been leaning slightly to one side for years, your muscles, joints, and nervous system may gradually begin to accept that position as normal. Over time, what feels perfectly straight may not actually be straight at all. That's why this next exercise is so important. Unlike traditional strength exercises, its primary purpose is not to build bigger muscles. Instead, it helps improve posture awareness and teaches the body how to recognize a more balanced position. Think of it as a reset button for your posture. To perform this exercise, stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and hold a light dumbbell or water bottle in one hand. Choose a weight that feels comfortable and easy to control. Now allow your body to drift slightly toward the side where it naturally wants to lean. Only a small movement is necessary. From there, gently engage the muscles along the opposite side of your torso and pull yourself back toward a centered position. Move slowly and deliberately. Pause briefly when you reach the middle. Then repeat the movement. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions. A mirror can be very helpful during this exercise because it allows you to compare what feels straight with what actually looks straight. Many people discover that the two are surprisingly different. That's completely normal. The body learns through repetition and feedback. Each repetition gives your brain and muscles new information about alignment, balance, and control. Snorts. Although this movement appears simple, it serves an important purpose. It helps retrain the communication between your nervous system and the muscles that support your spine, and that improved awareness can help create better posture, better movement, and greater confidence during everyday activities. Number 1. Offset side plank. Building the strength that helps support your spine. We've spent the last few minutes improving flexibility, restoring mobility, and helping the body become more aware of its alignment. Now, it's time for the final exercise. And in many ways, this may be the most important movement in today's routine. Because flexibility is valuable, mobility is valuable, but without strength, it becomes difficult for the body to maintain those improvements throughout the day. That's where the offset side plank comes in. This exercise targets the muscles along the sides of the body, including the obliques, lower back stabilizers, and hip muscles that help support posture and spinal control. These muscles work every time you stand, walk, climb stairs, carry groceries, or simply remain upright when they become stronger. Everyday movements often feel more stable and controlled. To perform this exercise, lie comfortably on one side with your lower forearm positioned directly beneath your shoulder. Extend both legs. Unlike a traditional side plank, place your top foot slightly in front of your bottom foot. This creates a wider base of support and makes the exercise easier to balance. If that still feels too challenging, you can bend both knees and perform the movement from your knees instead. From this position, gently press your forearm into the floor and slowly lift your hips. Raise your body only as high as you can while maintaining good control and steady breathing. Imagine creating a straight line from your head through your shoulders, hips, and legs. Hold the position for 10 to 30 seconds. Then slowly lower yourself and rest. Perform 2 to 4 repetitions on each side. Remember, this exercise is not about lifting as high as possible. It is about maintaining control. Quality always matters more than duration. What makes this movement so valuable is that it trains the body in a way that closely resembles real life. Not through fast, powerful motions, but through steady support and stability. This is the type of strength that helps you stay active, independent, and confident as you age. Because when the muscles that support the spine become stronger, the entire body often works together more efficiently. And that's exactly what healthy movement is all about. A simple weekly plan. You don't need to do all 5 exercises perfectly from day 1. Start gradually and focus on consistency during your first week. Practice the hip flexor stretch, side bend stretch, and cat-cow exercise 4 to 5 days per week. These movements help improve flexibility and mobility. During week 2, add the dumbbell posture correction exercise using a light weight. During week 3, introduce the offset side plank and begin with short holds. A complete session should take only 10 to 15 minutes. Remember, small improvements repeated consistently over time often produce better results than occasional intense workouts. Before starting any new exercise program, remember that this video is for educational purposes only. These exercises may help support mobility, posture, and comfort, but they are not a substitute for medical advice. If you have severe scoliosis, significant pain, numbness, weakness, breathing difficulties, or a history of spinal surgery, consult your physician or physical therapist first. Always move within a comfortable range and stop if you experience sharp pain. Your goal is steady progress, not pushing through discomfort. Safety should always come first. The choice to move better starts today. If there's one thing I hope you take away from today's video, it's this. A scoliosis curve does not define what the rest of your life has to look like. Many people spend years believing that stiffness, discomfort, and limited movement are simply unavoidable parts of aging. But in many cases, the body still has an incredible ability to adapt, improve, and become more resilient when given the right kind of movement. The 5 exercises you've learned today are not designed to be complicated. They don't require a gym membership. They don't require expensive equipment, and they don't require hours of your day. What they do require is consistency. Just a few minutes of purposeful movement practiced regularly can help support mobility, improve posture awareness, strengthen important stabilizing muscles, and make everyday activities feel a little easier. Remember, healthy aging is not about chasing perfection. It's about maintaining the freedom to do the things that matter most to you. Walking through your neighborhood, playing with your grandchildren, working in the garden, traveling, getting up from a chair with confidence, or simply moving through life with greater comfort and independence. Every small step counts. Every stretch matters. Every time you choose to move, you're making an investment in your future self. So, don't worry about where you're starting today. Focus on taking the first step. Choose one exercise that feels manageable and begin there. Then gradually build your routine over time, because lasting progress rarely happens overnight. It happens through small actions repeated consistently. Now, I'd love to hear from you. How old are you? And which of these 5 exercises are you planning to try first? Do you notice scoliosis-related discomfort more in your upper back, lower back, or both? Leave a comment below and share your experience with our senior wellness community. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future videos designed to help you stay strong, clears throat mobile, and independent after 60. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, keep moving, and I'll see you in the next video.